by popular demand, I am going to be giving advice or instruction of how to deal with police encounters wherever you are in America, or quite possibly the world. It certainly will apply to England, Britain. It will apply to basically all the English-speaking nations, countries, including Canada, Australia. It can also apply to many of the other nations, the developed nations, the one with the largest cities. Police can be generalized as the same type of force that manifests anywhere in our world, the planet Earth. Okay, so it's interesting because 200 years ago there wasn't any such thing as police. There were guards, there were sheriff, there were different types of things like this, but I think one area that will characterize the advent of these ubiquitous police cops on our modern streets will be New York City, and it was a good historical study for me. You remember that movie by Scorsese, The Gangs of New York, and it has to be right after that period, you know, Tammany Hall and all that. New York City had an Irish-run, Irish mafia-style police force. So we got together and they organized. Oh, what? One person talks at a time over there, and keep the volume low. See, I gotta do everything that I gotta do to make these videos more palatable for you. I don't like yelling at people. I just do it when I have to. Now, speaking of which, cops yell at people. That's their job. I'm thinking of applying for a police force position somewhere. I just haven't decided what metropolis, what actual locality I'm going to serve. Yeah, I'm being serious, but not completely serious. I'm not pushing through, but I'm seriously contemplating it. It could happen. You never know with me. I would take on the look, and I would wear the uniform. You don't want to encounter me in a criminal situation, because if you're doing a crime and I find you, you're in trouble. But here's the thing. I'm going to raise the different issues, and I'm going to demonstrate it on my Mastery channel. I'm going to do the follow-up video in response to what I'm saying here on my Mastery channel. So here on the Mystery channel, for everybody, I'm going to raise the questions. What do you do? Well, here's the thing. Within the first moments, like in 1 or 2 minutes, you have to set the pace or set the atmosphere for how you're going to be dealing with each other. So, say the cop approaches you, the best thing to do is what? You want to diffuse the situation. You want to show yourself as obedient. You want to show yourself submissive, obedient, and ready and willing to cooperate immediately. Immediately. Not waiting, not like strutting around and thinking about it. Like, do it right away, because your life's on the line. It's not that the cop is right, it's just that your life is on the line, so you got to prioritize that. Right? I mean, see, you got to successfully answer that question before you can learn from my instruction. You're about to die, as they say on Star Trek. Captain, we're about to die. There's something with the lithium crystals in the ship, the engine. You remember? Anyhow. When police come to you, you're not sure. It can be like they've been tipped off, you've been falsely accused, maybe they just singled you out, they just want to get their yahoos off, they want to do like a video game, you're the object of the lynch mob, you're the scapegoat. You don't know it, so assume the worst, but plan for the best. Does that make any sense? So when they come to you, you got to be like, uh-oh, they don't like me, I've done something wrong, so let me do everything I can to make them like me, to make them go away. Play possum, okay? So when you see them coming, put up your hands and get down, like face down, and relax. How do you survive them if they come up to you and they start beating you or they chokehold you? How do you survive that? That's the question. What do you do? What techniques? What procedure do you have to do? And then the other thing is, like, what do you say? What can you say? So this is like, basically, if you're caught alone somewhere in any given situation, how should you react? But here's the other thing that's a little bit more complex. What can you do to be better prepared, to better plan for this happening so you don't get caught alone? Well, travel in groups. I would say minimum of 3. But often people go with their buddies, like they're just a pair, 2 people going along. According to my liking, that's not enough. You need 3. So do whatever you can to have a minimum of 3, possibly more. You don't really want to seem like a gang because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and with too many people, you run the chance of maybe one of them doing the wrong thing, and it jeopardizes everybody. But this makes it group coordination. So with 3 to 5, I would say, is your optimum. 3 to 5. Travel together, monitor everything together, move in unison, almost like it's a dance group. Coordinate. If you all go down, you all go down. Only one person talk at a time. Everyone have the same look. How can you go about this? How can you protect yourself? Well, here's the thing. With a group, you always have a witness. They can't possibly kill everybody. See, the thing is, they could kill 1, maybe 2, but that always leaves a 3rd one, 4th, or 5th. That's why I say. Because if you look at a lot of these cases, you look at the stats, they kill 1 person. They go off. So maybe in a hail of bullets, in the most worst case scenario of a group of totally out of line, angry cops. What are you doing? What are you doing in my video? Stand over here, polite. See what I'm talking about, the distractions? If you look at my other video, that 9-minute video that I just did about maintaining your center, watch that video. It's interesting about what I have to deal with and what you have to deal with in your real life. So I'm going to raise, maybe I could come up with a final general question for how you encounter cops. What is the goal, the ultimate goal you're looking for? Because you have faith, you're doing something, you're doing my procedures, my instruction is guiding you. But what is our ultimate goal? To make harmony, not to see it as us versus them situation, to have peace in the world, to know that, yeah, the cops are doing their job, yeah, you're living your life, you're free, you're American, or you're free to the extent of your local laws, you want to enjoy life, you want to be good, you don't want to be seen as a criminal. So what is the goal? What's the goal? Can everybody be friends after the tense incident? Can we aim for that goal? See, that's what I'm looking for when I'm telling you all these things. Ultimately, everybody wants to come out of this a little bit more aware of their humanity, doing their job better, caring about everybody, having compassion. I mean, just definitely the police need to do that, but it's also, I'm talking to the public, not just the police, because the police probably don't want to listen, they're too much into themselves. But the general public, the individuals out there, you can really gain by listening to me, because I'm telling you, from that part of you that is could rise up spiritually like the Buddha, like Christ, you want to have compassion and understand everybody, even the cops. You know, Christ didn't condemn the cops. Christ made a lot of statements to put them in line. I know there wasn't any cops, but the equivalent of the cops back then was the centurions and the Roman legions, you know, people that were going around patrolling for the empire, the imperial. You can almost look at them like cops, but look at them like in Star Wars as the stormtroopers going around. So Jesus Christ spoke to these forces, these stormtroopers, and said, you know, hey, you got to obey the law. You cannot be excessive. You cannot go to the extreme against the people. Just do your basic job. You know, don't go too far, like they did on him. Eventually they did that on him, but he brought that on. See, but his general advice to everyone is to realize that you're just people, you know, just wearing a uniform. You're no different than anyone else. You're just on the payroll at that moment. And Jesus was actually, what is that word? He is not just glorified, but he is. In the end, when he was killed, what am I looking for? Let me just tell you the story. He gets crucified, and the commander of the Roman group there, the Roman soldiers, saw him and felt the earthquake and all this other phenomenon going on, and obviously just felt like the energy of the moment, the charisma, and he looks to the martyr of Jesus Christ, and he says, surely this man was the Son of God, or, you know, came from God. He's holy. Surely he was, and meaning that, you know, why did we kill him? Why did all this happen? So he's even starting to have this remorse for killing Jesus, and so it comes full circle to where they made the mistake. Jesus told them, don't take things to the extreme. It was going to have to come to that anyhow. And then the representative of the police force, the ancient police force, says, oh, you know, I'm kind of sorry. Like, look, you know, this guy is so holy. You know, we beat the living daylights out of him. We tortured him to death and executed him, you know, through our barbaric court system, through our heavy-handed, you know, judicial, and you know, look what we did. He didn't deserve it. He's good. He's holy. So, but let me give you the next video. I know I went into a lot of different tangents here, and I think it's all connected, so you enjoy that. But the next video will show you an instructional about how to face police encounters when they are trying to come to you as if you're a criminal. Possibly, maybe you are a criminal, such as myself. Maybe you are a criminal. Maybe you did something wrong. What do you do? I'm being sarcastic. Do I look like Anderson Cooper to you?
No more cereal from there.